bringing you tomorrow's news today. Paul McDermott, Mikey Robbins, Claire Hooper, Cal Wilson, Akmal, Sammy J, Randy, Tom Gleason, and Larry the Goat. Good News World, the full catastrophe.
Good evening, I'm Paul McDermott, and this is Good News World. Coming up tonight, flights delayed, customers stranded, luggage missing. Qantas resumes normal services. New research shows many British migrants move back to Britain after finding Australia isn't damp, gloomy, or miserable enough. Also, a number of them have problems with the heat and the insects, saying they couldn't wait to go back to the blizzards and the soccer hooligans. Tony Abbott says if he was Prime Minister, he would have stopped the boat, started the planes, and invented the hover shoe. It's a shoe that hovers. Customs officers catch a man attempting to smuggle a monkey and a tortoise into Australia in what they describe as the most disturbing cavity search ever. Palestine gains membership of UNESCO and says statehood is just a stone's throw away. A restaurant in China, allegedly serving stewed koala, claims it's not real. It's actually just panda with fluffy ears. Even more of a worry was the little girl from a Qantas ad in the next cage. I still call Australia. In Lahore, hundreds of thousands turn out to support sportsman-turned-politician Imran Khan because if anyone can end corruption, it's a Pakistani cricketer. And in very exciting news, North Korea's first cruise ship has just been launched at South Korea. It's just like Fair Star the Fun ship, but without the fun, without the fair, and barely any ship. No expenses spared on the guests, or hostages, as the crew likes to call them. The ship carries fruit and beer and the hopes of a desperately poor nation, especially the hope it will bring back more fruit and beer. VIP passengers get to sit at the captain's table, also known as the table. Because there aren't more... Does that make sense to you? There aren't more tables on board. There's only one table. So it's called the captain's table, but also called just the table because it's the only table. Once you disembark, they take you to visit the shop, buy the postcard and hit the night spot. Plus, you can take photographs of anything you want because the radiation in the atmosphere will erase every picture. This isn't just off the beaten track. It's off the beaten track, abducted, bashed, kept in a concentration camp, and waking up on a street somewhere with your memory gone. Plus a buffet breakfast. But still, talk about the sights of North Korea. Talk about the sights of North Korea. If you do, you'll be arrested, never seen again. And that's the good news from your world.
The name Osama bin Laden strikes fear into the hearts of the infidels.
The name of Saddam Hussein still makes the Iraqi people quiver in their boots.
The name Muammar Gaddafi always gets a big laugh.
I sent a powerful message to the West. Stop meddling in the Middle East.
I sent a powerful message to the people of Iraq. Obey me or fear my wrath.
I sent a text message to everybody I know saying, help me, I'm stuck in a drain pipe and I can't get out.
Ow!
And now here's Sammy J and Randy with the entertainment news.
Jessica Simpson confirms she's having a baby, although she's still not sure where they come from.
Jessica doesn't know what it is yet, but she's got a really strong feeling it's going to be a pony.
Big news for the music industry. Justin Bieber's voice has broken.
Finally! If anybody fixes it, I'll cut you, I swear to God.
Justin is also releasing a Christmas album. Baby, 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 Jesus.
The Wiggles join the ARIA Hall of Fame, and given what goes on at the ARIAs, if someone spikes his hot potato, Jeff won't sleep for a week.
Actress Reese Witherspoon is in trouble for appearing in public carrying a handbag made of python skin.
In other news, John Cleese appears to have misplaced his scrotum.
A sex scene in the new Twilight movie has to be recut to avoid an R rating. Apparently, Jacob wasn't the only on-screen growler.
I don't get it.
Vagina.
Oh, right, thanks. Scarlett Johansson admits that she took the nude photos of herself.
Scarlett feels so violated. She never thought she'd treat herself this way. She plans to take herself to court and sue her pants off.
Let's hope she packs her camera. British actor Hugh Grant becomes a dad for the first time after discovering that there's more to sex than just blowjobs from hookers.
When did you discover that, Randy?
I haven't yet.
Sacked celebrity apprentice Denny Hines says, I can't wait for this shit to get off the air.
Oh, come on, it's week 10. We're doing our best.
No, she meant celebrity apprentice.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, I can't wait for that shit to get off the air either.
Katie Holmes stars in the new supernatural horror film Don't Be Afraid of the Dark.
Apparently she's already working on the sequel, Don't Be Afraid of Your Creepy Husband.
Despite a photo finish, the fastest competitor in the Melbourne Cup is declared to be Kim Kardashian's marriage.
What? Kim Kardashian is getting divorced? Why didn't every fawning shit-for-brains media outlet on the planet tell me?
Kim and Chris did everything they could to save the marriage.
They talked.
They went to relationship counselling.
They asked friends for advice.
They prayed.
They cried.
It all made for an extremely busy afternoon. And finally, a man calling himself Mr. Pee-Pee has vowed to masturbate in the toilets of every Starbucks in New York City. True.
Yeah, it's true. Have you booked your flights yet?
I leave on Thursday.
And that's the entertainment news!
Huge stories happening all over the good news world this week, so we cross now to our team of global correspondents. First up, Claire Hooper at the races in Melbourne.
Terrifying news, Paul. Sarah Jessica Parker's hat has escaped, eaten 3 people and tried to mate with a jockey.
Tom Gleeson, deep undercover with a highly dangerous terror cell in Afghanistan.
Yeah, the undercover thing only works if you don't show my face or mention my name. Good work, arsehole.
Cal Wilson in Fukushima.
A Japanese MP has just drunk a glass of water from the nuclear power plant to prove it's safe. He seems fine. Oh, wait. Oh, my God! He's enormous!
Mikey Robbins in Germany.
Police have pulled over and... I really can't stay here long, Paul. Police have pulled over and arrested a drunk driver dressed as Yoda. He was so pissed his words came out in the right order.
Claire Hooper in England.
A shale gas mining company has admitted responsibility for a series of tremors that measured 2.5 on the Richter scale. It seems when they fracked, the earth moved. Mining is sexy.
Tom Gleeson on his new vow of silence.
Yeah, that's right, Paul. Oh.
Mikey Robbins in Canada.
2 doctors have claimed they can see a human face in the ultrasound of a man's scrotum. Either they're nuts, it's a load of balls, or they took a picture of his head and should have gotten the sack.
And Cal Wilson in Athens. Cal Wilson in Athens. Still in Athens. Cal Wilson in Athens. Cal Wilson in Athens.
France and Germany offered to lend Greece some money if they could borrow it from China, but China said, tell someone who cares. And France suggested China could go sleep with its mother, and Germany told France to shove a baguette in it. And then France told Germany they were sons of pigs, and when they stopped fighting and went outside, Greece had stolen their bicycle.
Lots more ahead on Good News World, including our review and critique of the pictures of the week. Yep. Definitely innocent. We have no idea why the party police suspected him. My question is, right, how do we know that's not Chappelle? Be free, my beauty! Be free!
Australia's next top male model.
This is going to be the most exciting shoot that we have done so far in the competition. This shoot is for Cameron's cocoa butter. It's so soft and sensual on your skin that it's like bathing in chocolate. So we have all our male models in a giant chocolate fountain, and the chocolate would just be raining down on them, and they'll be dancing in the chocolate. There's still a bit of worry amongst them as to whether they'll be doing the shoot in the nude.
What, we're going to be nude in this?
Well,
that's our photo shoot.
Well, that's to scale, so that's Akmal there, so that means it's going to be a big chocolate fountain, so in it goes.
Hey, look at him go!
Has anyone seen 2 Girls, 1 Cup?
They're still a bit shy about their bodies. And their bodies are quite grotesque. I've seen them in the light of day, and it's not a pretty sight.
My biggest fear is ants.
My biggest fear is like getting caught in a machine and my arms and legs being torn off, and then the chocolate setting around me, and then I'd be like a Kinder Surprise toy in the middle that needed to be assembled.
Yeah.
Australia's next top male model. We're close to the climax.
Time once again to cross to New Zealand, where our charming correspondent Adele is standing by. Hello, Adele. Adele, are you there? Adele?
It was unexpected that the blind went up just like that, Paul.
Have you had someone in to service the blind?
I'd let you service my blind, Paul.
That's very kind of you, Adele. It's lovely to have you back here as well. Can I ask you a question?
Yes, Paul.
There seems to be a stain of some sort halfway up your sky.
Oh, that one?
That's been disturbing me for weeks. What is that?
I may have had a boil on the back of my head, Paul.
Oh.
And when I put my hair clip in, a little bit came out like I'd sort of been shot by a pimple gun.
That's grotesque. I won't be asking about any more stains in your booth.
That's a pity. I could think of a few more.
Oh. Maybe we should just get cracking and find out what's new in New Zealand. What is new in New Zealand, Adele?
Not a lot, Paul. It's mostly second-hand.
No news, Adele. Any news?
Oh, well, there was great disappointment this week, specifically at my house, that Her Majesty the Queen has gone home without visiting New Zealand.
And you were hoping the Queen would visit you?
Yes, we were hoping she would. Mum even made up the airbed for her. Although, strictly speaking, that would be for Prince Charles.
The airbed? Why the airbed?
Because he's the heir, Paul. I'd forgotten how slow Australians are.
What else did you have planned for her?
We wanted to show her around the television station, or as I like to call it, the Adelevision station.
That wouldn't have taken very long, Adele.
That's very unkind. We do have other channels, Paul. We have some of your programs, for example.
Australian programs?
Yes.
Like what?
We get the news, but we have to subtitle it.
Why would you have to subtitle it?
No one really understands what they're saying. I mean, what is a Qantas and why is it dying?
What other Australian shows do you get? Do you get Home and Away?
Yes, well, mostly home.
Right. Neighbours?
Neighbour.
Would it be possible to show us some of Neighbour?
Oh, yes, it would, Paul. It's just about to finish. If we hurry and get to the other channel, we might catch the last bit.
Okay.
Wait a minute, I'll
Let's have a
change
look
the
at the other
channel.
Oh, okay. That's... Oh, there we go.
It's me, Harold.
Adele, that's just you in a bow tie, isn't it?
And glasses.
But you wear glasses.
Different glasses.
Different glasses,
Paul.
good.
Anyway,
Okay.
stop interrupting, otherwise all the other programs are going to run late.
No, my apologies. What's on after Neighbour?
Sheepdog trials, of course, which is already a nuisance. It's very hard fitting all the dogs in here. Not to mention the sheep. Anyway, Paul, I'm being Harold.
Okay.
Come here, bouncer. Tell Scott and Charlene Daphne's been stabbed.
That seems a little out of date.
It's the latest available episode, Paul. And now you've ruined the cliffhanger before the credits. I'll do the last bit again so I can do the credits. Daphne's been stabbed. Neighbour. Neighbour, 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 neighbour. Neighbour, 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 neighbour. Neighbour, 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 please.
Well, Adele, I think I speak for all Australians when I say that was unbelievable.
No time for chit-chat, Paul. Time for the sheepdog trials.
Okay, we'll see you later then. Oh,
Although, you could give me a hand, Paul.
what is that, Adele?
It's a little sheep hat for you. Get away round, Paul. Get away round.
Oh, Adele, get behind, Adele, get behind.
I'll get behind you any time,
Hey.
Paul.
Oh, Adele.
Paul,
Yes.
do you like it rough?
Thank you very much. I think we'll leave you there, Adele. Thank Adele. Adele. Adele.
Okay. What have you got?
An ace and two kings. What have you got?
I think I've got a 5 of spades.
What do you mean you think?
Well, I'm never sure. Is a spade the one that looks like a tree?
No, that's the club. The spade looks like a bum with a trumpet sticking out of it. Hang on, we've been playing this game for 3 hours and only now you tell me you don't know the difference between spades and clubs?
Well, I always thought they were interchangeable.
Sammy!
Don't worry, I'll just play my queen.
That's not a queen, that's a 3 of diamonds.
Queens wear diamonds?
Game over, skinny man. You know what to do. Yes. Slower. Take your time.
I thought you said there were girls coming.
Shut up and take it off.
Should I get that?
Yeah, that'd be good. I've got to get these cards off my hand. Actually, can you cover me?
How about a close-up?
Yeah. Perfect, thanks.
Nice.
That's great.
Brandy, there's a giant killer possum at the door.
It's not a killer possum, it's a volunteer from the Wilderness Society.
Maybe it's a killer possum dressed up as a volunteer from the Wilderness Society.
Sammy, just give it some change and let it go.
Fine. But can you tell me comprehensively that there is not a killer possum inside that shitty costume?
Well, no.
Exactly. I mean, even if it's just a 5% chance, I'm not taking that risk.
What about the other 95%? Well, if there's a 5% chance it's a killer possum, that means there's a 95% chance it's a human.
Yeah, but what sort of human? I'd put charity worker at 8%, leaving an 86% chance of psychopath.
87%.
What?
5% killer possum plus 8% charity worker leaves 87% chance of psychopath.
I put a 1% contingency in place.
What for?
It could be George Negus.
Are you George Negus? See? Now cough up.
Randy, we can't afford to give any money away. I already sponsor a child.
She's 24!
But she needs me.
Stop sending money to Nikki Webster!
Okay. When was the last time you did anything for charity?
I bought you that goat for Christmas.
Yeah, but you were meant to buy a goat for a third world village on my behalf, not actually buy me a goat. It ate my futon.
Hey, Larry has been a positive addition to this household.
Unlike this furry fraudster, who's currently trying to play us like a fiddle. But my fiddle's in E minor, and he wants to transpose it upper semitone to F sharp.
Upper tone.
What?
E minor to F sharp is upper tone, not upper semitone.
Fetch my melodica. I stand corrected.
Oh, just give him some money.
I'll give him some money when he removes his head.
He's not going to take his head off.
Oh, really? Well, why don't we make this interesting? I presume you're familiar with the rules of strip poker?
Whoa, Sammy, he's got a full house.
Well, I've got nothing left to take off. Fine. You win this round, George Negus. Now, where are my clothes?
I don't know. Maybe you should ask Larry. I can see your penis.
Oh, yeah.
Plenty more to come on Good News World tonight as our review of the week continues. Tony Abbott decides to stop the boats by building a wall around Australia. Frustrated that he still isn't Prime Minister, Tony Abbott decides to build his own Parliament House. And this is where the throne room goes. And this is where I'm going to wear my hover shoes. Since he left the California governor's mansion in January, we've heard tales of adultery, illegitimate children, divorce, and a return to the big screen. He, of course, is Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he joins us now via satellite. Mr. Schwarzenegger, are you there?
Yeah! Hi, how you doing?
Hello, Paul. How are you?
Sorry, I'm very well, Arnold Schwarzenegger. What was the hardest thing about being the governor of California?
Well, get out of here, come on! Come on, it's a job.
When someone tried to stop you from doing something, you couldn't just rip a steam pipe off the wall and blow hot steam into their face.
You're on record saying you use steroids. Have you experienced any side effects?
Yeah, come on! You got it?
Yes.
And what are those side effects?
Get out of here, come on, yo.
I used to be tall. I seem to have turned a strange brown colour. And my vagina is always itchy. I'm sorry, I interrupted myself.
Mr. Schwarzenegger, how many times did you win the Mr. Universe pageant?
Well,
7 times.
What do you say to people who claim you've let yourself go? You're looking fat.
Come on! I got you that chocolate.
I say I am still Mr. Universe. but the universe has expanded.
Schwarzenegger, would you put that? Mr. Schwarzenegger, do you think you've become a little bit more rotund because of your wife, or ex-wife now, Maria Shriver's beautiful apple strudel?
Oh, strudel. She used to make a strudel like... strudel like
a strudel?
A strudel and cream and a strudel. And
not the strudel? Strudel?
Yeah.
Strudel in your face?
I'm sorry, I'm unable to repeat that on television.
Strudel, yeah.
Strudel?
Strudel?
Do you have any advice for other one-dimensional, narcissistic bodybuilders who want a career in politics?
Yeah, come on, there.
I think Tony Abbott's doing a fine job.
Do you have any thoughts on reincarnation?
Yeah? Yeah.
I'll be back.
Well, Arnold Schwarzenegger, thank you very much for joining us tonight.
If you're like me and over 30, you probably spend all your time combing your hair and crying into a mirror. But how do you keep yourself healthy on the inside? Choice Power presents Steel Bix. Made from a blend of corn, oats and steel wool, Steel Bix is the first breakfast food to really scrub you out from the top to the bottom. And they taste great too. Choice Power. How can it taste blood?
You know the purpose of it? I don't understand the purpose of it. And now, with his shattering look at the world of good news, it's time for Tom Gleeson with Storm in a Teacup. This is quite an interesting pot that you've got us here this week.
Well, it's a witch, yeah, it's timely. It's a nice piece of china.
A nice piece of china made in England.
Well, I chose this teapot because this time last year, I had a knock at my front door and it was some kids saying, trick or treat. Oh. Now, I don't have kids, okay, so I don't have lollies in the house because if you're a man home alone with lollies in your house, that's a bit sus. You know what I mean? So I don't have any. So what I did was I just turned off all the lights and pretended that I wasn't home. That's what I did, because I thought, you know what, trick or treat, I don't really care. And you know what those kids did? They came back later and they egged my house!
That's certainly upsetting, Tom.
Well, it is. They came back and they egged my house. I mean, that's just... What are we teaching our kids? That's a form of intimidation, yeah? That's an form of intimidation. What's next? Oh, make me a sandwich or I'll dack you.
Yeah.
Or buy me a beer or I'll punch you in the face. Yeah. Anyway, the reason why I'm saying this is because if those kids are watching, those ones that egged my house, right, what I want you to know is, how about you and Halloween fuck off back to America? I don't know how I did it, Paul, but I got tea on the back of my head.
Still to come on Good News World tonight, shocking revelations that Amy Winehouse actually drank herself to death. We just assumed it was too much health food and an overdose of regular exercise. 3 people are injured in a Brazilian bushfire at a Melbourne beauty salon. And Qantas reassures customers that just because the place where the pilot sits is called the cockpit doesn't mean Alan Joyce is flying the plane.
I died watching videos of myself in my Pakistani hideout.
I died at the end of the rope after shouting my defiance.
I dyed my hair upstairs and downstairs. Do you understand? I'll show you. Now, please.
I dyed my hands for this sketch, but I didn't dye my legs. Check it out.
Oh, look. Wow. He has the legs of a goat and the head of a man.
Oh, that is very off-putting.
It's milky white terrorism right there.
Please, no, put them away. Sure, put them away.
Please.
Do you need sunglasses as well?
Oh, it's no good.
I have shamed myself.
She's a singer, a songwriter, a fashion iconoclast, and a worldwide phenomenon. She is the one and only Lady Gaga, and we're very excited to have her with us tonight. Lady Gaga! Yeah!
Hello, my little monsters.
Hi,
Hello,
Gaga.
my little monsters. Hello.
Fantastic, beautiful. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
I must say, nice hat.
I had it surgically attached to my head for Oaks Day, and now I can't get it off, Paul. You like it?
They like it. The little monsters like it. I tell you what, I'm loving the new look. Is it makeup?
No, I've been flayed and had my skin replaced with felt.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that does seem a little bit extreme, Gaga.
It's surprisingly practical, though, Paul. You know, after a long day, I can just stick myself in the washing machine.
Yeah. If you don't mind me saying, I do find it a little bit on the purple side. It's purple.
It is purple, Paul. You need to let go. You need to lose your inhibitions. You know, purple is now, Paul. It's hot, it's cold, it's exploding all over each other in an orgy of tones and hues. Purple is us, purple is you, purple is me, purple's the little person on the street, the person in the sky, and most importantly, purple rhymes with nurple.
Nurple?
Nurple, Paul.
What's nurple?
Nurple is the name of my new concept record.
Right.
And it's also what I call these.
Oh! Wow!
These are my nurples! My nurples, nurples. Who got the nurple? I got the nurple. Everybody got the nurple, yeah.
Wow, very plasmatic. Does it hurt when you take the tape off?
You're goddamn right it does, Paul. I have very hairy nurples.
Whoa. Good. Let's talk about one of your other famous outfits. The meat dress that you wore to the MTV Awards. Do you remember that?
It created quite a buzz.
What, from the fans?
From the flies.
Oh.
They were everywhere. I still find maggots occasionally.
Oh. Where do you find maggots?
In my nurples. My nurples.
Is Lady Gaga your real name?
Of course not, Paul. It's my stage name.
Your stage name?
Yeah.
What's your real name?
Mrs. Gaga.
Mrs. Well, Mrs. Gaga, is there a Mr. Gaga?
Yes, there is, Paul. Would you like to meet him?
Wait a second. Are you talking about your male alter ego?
You're speaking with Mr. Gaga. How am I going to help you?
I was just asking Mrs. Gaga about her male alter ego.
She's got another male alter ego?
What? No, I don't think she has another.
Who is he? What's his name?
No,
how dare she run around with someone else behind my front?
I don't think she was doing that.
That's it! Get out here, bitch!
Whoa, don't need that
Joe,
language.
what are you doing home so early? Mr. Perkins let us go after lunch. Oh, that was nice of him. What's for dinner? We're having chops. Oh, yummy! Okay, Mrs. Gaga, I go now. Who the hell is that? It's just Pepe, the gardener. But we don't have a garden. That's why I had Pepe come around to put one in. See, I put one in, and then I take it out, and then I put it in again. So it's true. You do have an alter ego on the side. Time for Pepe to vamoose. No, you don't. Come here.
What's happening?
No.
What's happening?
Stop it. Joe,
You're gonna kill him.
Stop it.
You're gonna
Stop
kill him.
it. Stop.
Come on.
You're damn right I'm gonna kill him. Come here. Please, somebody help me. Stop it, Joe, or I'll shoot. Oh, God, what have I done? You shot me.
We might have to leave it there, I'm afraid.
Speak to me, Pepe.
Coming up right after this.
You killed him, you stupid bitch.
Hey.
It worked in Fight Club.
Can you please thank Lady Gaga?
Please. Donate my nurples to science.
More Good News World very soon, including... And Kevin Rudd was never seen again, the end. Prime Minister plants magic beans. To the UK, and WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange has lost his fight against extradition and must now head to Sweden to face serious charges. So, is the silver fox a sleazy weirdo, or is it something far more sinister?
Dear producers of Good News World, it has come to my attention that you have been airing comedy sketches in which I am mocked incessantly by a bad impersonator and featuring sudden and extremely unnecessary camera zooms. This must stop.
Julian, is something wrong?
People no longer take me seriously.
When did they ever take you seriously?
Just last year, I was the most feared man on the planet.
Back then, you were seen as a freedom fighter. Now you're just, well, a little bit weird.
Would a weirdo do this? Everyone loves me. I'm more popular than Julia Gillard.
Well, that's not saying much.
Well, who says I'm a weirdo?
The 300,000 members of the Julian Assange is a weirdo Facebook page.
Who's responsible for this?
I am.
Buxom werewolf!
You told me to start a Facebook page.
Well, they'll be laughing out their asses when I release the next batch of sweet, sweet cables.
Julian, there are no cables left.
You dirty mole.
What did you call me?
I wasn't talking to you, I was talking to my mole.
Hello, master. Hello, woman thing.
Mr. Wombat has been working at Parliament House, disguised as a pastry chef. His specialty?
Apple strudel.
Tell me, Mr. Wombat, how do you bake the apple strudel?
I bake it with the apples, with the raisins, and naked. I like the fat from the frying pan to splatter my naked body.
And what's that got to do with WikiLeaks?
From my position in the kitchen, I was able to overhear scandal.
Excellent. Mr. Wombat, tell me more.
Tony Abbott has an allergy.
What sort of allergy?
An allergy to gnats.
Unlike you. This is good. Potential anaphylactic scandal. I can see the headlines. What else?
I'm sorry, master. That is all.
I see.
I've shamed you, master. I will happily take my own life, if that is your wish. Oh, you could do me the great service of taking my own life for me. Oh, I've cut my finger! Oh!
Oh, for goodness sakes! WikiLeaks is dead!
1 second, there's some quite blatant sexual innuendo happening in the front.
It's time to face facts!
No! It's time to face book!
I don't understand.
I'm killing myself now!
Don't you get it? Facebook! The whole world is on it! Putting up their grubby little secrets! It's the fountain of scoops!
I have prepared the blade myself.
1 second, Mr. Wombat. It's the holy grail of scandals.
If only we could gain access.
The world would be our delicious little scallop.
I'm about to plunge the blade into my heart.
Not just yet, Mr. Wombat. Arise.
Master, you have saved my life.
Yes, I have. Because you have one final mission, Mr. Wombat. I want you to discover the Facebook master password. I want access to every page.
As you wish, master.
And as for you, take off your clothes.
I beg your pardon.
I wasn't talking to you.
Woman thing.
Don't go away, the Good News World Big Finish is up next, including Janet performs the moving choreography to her new single, I Have Some Breasts. Dr. Conrad Murray denies giving Michael Jackson propofol, but admits giving his sister a few squirts with a bike pump. Have my medal, baby! Just before we go tonight, a plea to you all. Sure, they're cute and cuddly, and you may be thinking about giving one as a present, but never forget, babies are not just for Christmas. They're for life.
Cast your mind back to 200 years ago. We know you can't remember that far, and if you can, you're a vampire. Be gone! Witch! What are you watching TV for? You should be out looking for blood. Blood of the ones you love. But everybody else, just cast your mind back to 200 years ago, when the population was 1 billion. But the world's been sexing, the world's been screwing, shagging, porking, humping, fucking, rooting, and making love, sweet love. So now there's 7 billion people in the world. 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 7 billion faces. 7 billion names. 7 billion beating hearts. 7 billion brains. 7 billion belly buttons too. 14 billion nipples, I assume. 7 billion pairs of knees, not including amputees. 7 billion noses. Several billion glasses. 7 billion pants containing 7 billion asses. Mankind's like a virus, an incurable disease, infecting every continent and spreading across the seas. But life is like a line dance, you've got to find the fun. So grab your partner by the genitals and add another one to the 7 billion people on the earth. 7 billion wondering what it's worth. 7 billion people growing old. 7 billion funerals to hold, and attended by the children of the current 7 billion who'll have children of their own, and so on. Cast your mind forward, it'll be great. Get your freak on and make it to 8 billion people. Why is it that my death has not yet been avenged?
Why is it that the criminals who hanged me after a mock trial have not been brought to justice?
Why is it so hot here in heaven?
Don't worry. No, I see, it's okay. Forget it, Chief.
I'm going to complain to someone about this.
I will.
Well, that's the way it was where we were in the world Monday, November the 7th. What's coming up next week, Mikey?
Well, I'll be watching Tiger Woods' face when he realises the Australian Open isn't what he thought it was.
Claire?
I'll be poking my nose in where it doesn't belong, thanks to my new yoga classes.
Sammy J?
I'll have Deja Vu live on TV and... Hang on, have I said that before?
Cal?
It's such a beautiful time of year. I'm going to stop and let the roses smell me.
Akmal?
I like 2 sports in one, so I'm going hot air balloon shooting.
Randy?
I'll be celebrating the 30th anniversary of Trivial Pursuit by suggesting they change the name to Facebook.
And Larry? And I'll be taking the straw that breaks the camel's back and cutting it in half, then taking that half straw and seeing what it does when placed on the back of a camel, roughly half the body mass of the original camel. Good night. Good night from Larry. Good night from all. Good night.